Hello and welcome to the Triple Crown Puroresu Podcast. We're right here on bodyslam.net's YouTube channel. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're all over the place. Almost knocked over my cup of tea because I'm so excited to be back here this week on Triple Crown Puroresu Podcast. That would have been disastrous. I moved my hands. I almost knocked over my whole cup of tea. That would have been disastrous, but I didn't do it. I saved it. It's still right here. Awesome. I am Lewis Carlan. Thanks for joining us, joining me today. I'm used to saying us. I'm flying solo today. Ethan can't be with us this week. So I am flying solo to discuss the world of professional wrestling in Japan with you guys today. So let's get right into it. But actually, before I do, bodyslam.net is your ultimate source of pro wrestling news. Check them out, bodyslam.net. If you're on YouTube, we have so many great podcasts that you could view. So bodyslam.net YouTube channel. If you don't subscribe, hit that subscribe button today. So let's begin with this, man. Let's begin with this. And this has been on my mind for the past week and a half. It's still bugging me. I wrote a whole editorial on it yesterday for bodyslam.net. It's still bugging me that Pro Wrestling Noah's Destination 2024 is not going to be available for fans in Canada, where I am right now, UK or Mexico. It's actually only going to be available for to view in the US, the Philippines, South Korea, and there's one other country, regardless, but it's not available for me to view. Which I again, it just leaves a very bad taste in my mouth. That being a loyal Pro Wrestling Noah fan, let me just find out the countries that they're available in. It's in the U.S., South Korea, Thailand, and the Philippines. So that's where they're available. But being a loyal Pro Wrestling Noah fan in Canada, I've been so for many years. I've subscribed to Wrestle Universe for many years. I've supported Keito Kiyomiya. I've supported Keno. I've supported Naomichi Marufuji. I supported Masaki Tamiya. I supported Jack Morris. I supported Anthony Green. I supported Hayata. I supported Junta Miyawaki. I've supported Asuka. I've supported all the Pro Wrestling Noah the Pro Wrestling Noah talent. As a matter of fact, if there's a Pro Wrestling Noah show and a New Japan Pro Wrestling show on at the same time, I'm watching the Pro Wrestling Noah show all the time, every single time I'm watching the Pro Wrestling Noah show. It's my favorite promotion in the world. I'm gonna come out and say that Pro Wrestling Noah is my favorite promotion in the world. And for me, not being able to view Destination 2024, is very, 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 very disappointing. Now, I don't want to keep harping on this, but it's very, very disappointing that the decision has been made. And it had to have been made by Pro Wrestling Noah. It had to have been made by Pro Wrestling Noah. They decided, we're just going to put it on a Bema. People that are already paying a subscription to Wrestle Universe, they're not going to have the option to order this. And it's a pay-per-view, and it's pay-per-view quality. It's a pay-per-view quality show. AJ Styles from the WWE, a WWE superstar with a rich history in Japan, in a dream match against Naomichi Marufuji. We have Keito Kiyomiya defending the GHC Heavyweight Championship against formerly known as Yoshiki Inamura, who just came back from excursion. That's going to be a great one. Let me pull up the card. There's more. You got a Lucha Libre, incredible Lucha Libre matches. Hio de Dr. Wagner Jr. and Galeno Del Mal taking on Alpha Wolf and Dragon Bane, brother versus brother team. Daga defending the Junior Heavyweight Championship against Asuka. Hayata defending the National Championship against Oka Sasaki. GLG's final match, the final GLG match, is taking place. They're going to disband after this. Jake Lee, Yohei Tadasuke taking on Jack Morris, Anthony Green, and LJ Cleary. So we have and there are other matches too. Keno taking on New Japan Pro Wrestling's Yuji Nagata, and 3 other matches as well. Biggest show of the summer for Pro Wrestling Noah. One of the biggest shows of the year for Pro Wrestling Noah. WWE superstar AJ Styles is on the show. But the fans in Canada, the fans in the UK, and the fans in Mexico, and the fans that are not in South Korea, Thailand, the Philippines, or the USA. If you're a Pro Wrestling Noah fan in any countries besides the four I just mentioned, you cannot watch this event. You cannot watch this event. And again, it is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous that they decided this. I feel like I'm being punished. I don't know. I just feel like Pro Wrestling Noah, for some reason, is punishing the loyal fans. Hopefully, something's going to be done. Hopefully, there's enough people complaining. I know a lot of people complaining on social media about it. I hope enough people complain. Now, I know I wrote the editorial. I know I've complained about it, and on social media. And I'm just hoping. I'm hoping something's done because I have money, right? We have money. I have a credit card. I'd be happy to drop whatever I have to drop to watch this event. That's not an issue. We have money in Canada. The people in Mexico have money. People in the UK, they have money as well, and they're willing to this. Don't you want to maximize your revenue though? Don't you want to maximize the revenue? I mean, you have AJ Styles against Naomichi Marufuji in a dream match. WWE sending AJ Styles over. Don't you want to maximize the revenue? Don't you want everyone to see this? It doesn't make sense. It's just very, very, very disappointing. I'm very disappointed. I was actually I don't want to go as far, but I was thinking, should I as a protest, should I cancel Wrestle Universe? I mean, I've been subscribing to Wrestle Universe, primarily for Pro Wrestling Noah for many years now. And I was like, should I cancel it and put it on pause? Like a 3-month protest. But I'm probably not. But the thought did go through my mind, and I'm just very, very disappointed that that decision has been made. I know they do that. Bema does it with All Together, the All Together events. So I let that go because I figured it's there are multiple promotions. I figured maybe it's just on Obama because they don't want to put on New Japan World because then Noah will get upset. They can't put on Wrestle Universe because the New Japan Pro Wrestling will get upset. They can't put it on All Japan Pro Wrestling TV because then New Japan and Noah and Big Japan, they will get upset. So maybe that's figured out. They all came to an agreement. Let's put it on Obama. But or a Bema or whatever it's called. But when they did this to Pro Wrestling Noah, it's just a Pro Wrestling Noah event, and then we can't view it on Wrestle Universe at all. Just again, didn't make any sense. My theory, I was thinking of a theory before. Maybe it's on a Bema or a Bema or whatever the hell it's called. Maybe it's there because AJ Styles and the WWE. I think the WWE has a deal with I'm going to call it a Bema. And maybe they didn't want AJ Styles to be on Wrestle Universe. Maybe they just wanted AJ Styles to be on a Bema. So that's why it's only on a Bema. But then again, you think back to Shinsuke Nakamura. He was on Wrestle Universe when he challenged the Great Muta, and the Great Muta is one of his final events earlier in the year in January. So I don't know if that's the case. But I don't know. It should be made of it. Again, it's July 30th. It's only June 23rd now. 20 days ago. Noah still has 20 days to make this right. Okay, they have 20 days to make this right. I want to view this when I get the press release, and the press release was sent to me. Right, I'm in Canada. I get a press release from Pro Wrestling Noah, promoting this, and they said, "Here's the link. Here's a link." I was like, "All right, I'm in Canada. I got the press release. I hit the link, and it says not available in your region. So why would they send press releases out to everybody if not everybody could order this? It's disappointing a lot of people. Disappointing a lot of people. And I don't know. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. And they need to get this. They need to get this on. They need to offer this on Wrestle Universe so all their fans can watch this event. Now, AJ Styles. Let's stop. I'm going to stop whining about that now, and let's move on. Let's move on to AJ Styles. AJ Styles, of course, as I mentioned, coming to Pro Wrestling Noah. And looks like I got a actually it looks like I got a comment here. Let's see what's being said. Let's see. From Jesse. Hi, Jesse. Thank you for comment. It says Io Sky demand that her match with Utami as a tribute to Queen's Quest after the Taro Okada backlash to the Queen's Quest final chapter match. Okay, thanks for passing that along, Jesse. Any other comments? Just feel free. Feel free. Thank you for the comment, my friend, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, Jesse. Okay, so I can darken that up a little bit. So let's move on. WWE Noah relationship. Is there a WWE Noah relationship? Will we see a full fledged WWE Pro Wrestling Noah and even Marigold relationship? Because AJ Styles Pro Wrestling Noah, as Jesse pointed out, Io Sky going to Marigold, should be taking on Utami. But let's just concentrate on Noah right now. So, are we going to see a full fledged relationship between WWE and Noah? I don't know. I mean, AJ Styles come over July 13th on the show that I won't be able to view as of right now because it's not available in Canada. But coming over for that dream match. Here's my theory on why AJ Styles is going to be appearing on Pro Wrestling Noah. And if New Japan Pro Wrestling, was available, if they weren't locked in a working relationship with AEW, I have no doubt that AJ Styles will be appearing on a New Japan Pro Wrestling show and not a Pro Wrestling Noah show. But because AEW is locked down with New Japan Pro Wrestling, they have the working agreement. I mean, we're not even seeing TNA involved in that anymore. So it seems like it's exclusive now. New Japan Pro Wrestling is exclusive to AEW. But if New Japan Pro Wrestling was available, there's no doubt in my mind that AJ Styles would be appearing on a New Japan Pro Wrestling show and not a Pro Wrestling Noah show. But nonetheless, AJ Styles appearing on the Pro Wrestling Noah show. WWE has, for the first time in 5 years, I think it starts late July, July 27th. I don't know the exact date. Do I have the exact date written down? I don't, but they have shows coming up in July, 2 weeks after Destination 2024. First time in 5 years. WWE is going to be in Japan. So AJ Styles headed over, taking on Marufuji in a dream match. I think AJ Styles is going to be on like a 2-week press junket, or he's going to be promoting the event. So with Io Sky, they're just going to be spending. I don't know if they're going to be spending 2 weeks in Japan, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of promoting the shows when they're here. So I think that's why I think WWE is sending them over to Noah, to get them in matches, to get them familiar with the fans in Japan, or reacquaint them with fans in Japan. And who better than AJ Styles and Io Sky to send over? They're very, very, very well known in Japan. But just to get the fans more reacquainted with the WWE. And again, I'm sure they're going on a whole promotional swing. I'm sure they're going on press junkets to promote the events coming up in 2 weeks, the WWE events coming up in 2 weeks. So that's why we're seeing AJ Styles and Sky appearing on Noah and Marigold. If there weren't any WWE shows upcoming in July, would we be seeing AJ Styles in Noah and Sky and Marigold? Odds are probably not. But as I said, the WWE wants to get reacquainted with the fans in Japan, and so we're seeing this. Are we going to see Pro Wrestling Noah stars head over to the WWE, or is Keno going to appear and attack Kevin Owens? Could we see Masaki Kitamiya show up and go after Sami Zayn? No, I don't think we're going to see that. Even if we did, I don't think the WWE fans are familiar with who Keno is or Masaki Kitamiya, or even if you send Kaito Kiyomiya over with the GHC Heavyweight Championship, I don't think the WWE universe knows who these people are, so I don't think there will be much excitement. Could we see them on the WWE shows in Japan? I think that's likely. I think we're going to see Kaito Kiyomiya. I think we're going to see Keno. Most likely, I'm not going to say definitely, very likely, we're going to see them on the shows. And maybe, I don't know if these shows are going to be available to view in the States or Canada. That seems to be the norm lately. No viewing of shows in Canada. Uh, but if they're shows if the WWE Japanese shows, if they're available in the States, I don't know if they're going to be viewed or if they're going to be on. I forget where you could get where you could view WWE events. I know it's going to be on Netflix in January. I'm not sure where you could get it right now. But are they going to be viewed in the States? Are the WWE fans going to be able to see them? Is it going to be a pay per view, one of them? If so, then I think it's highly likely that we'll see Keito Kiyomiya or Keno, maybe to introduce them to the fans and possibly bring them in down the road. They need to be introduced somehow. I would get them on the show and have them have a big win over one of the top WWE stars. Even if it's Keito Kiyomiya defending his GHC heavyweight championship on the WWE shows. Again, I'm going to say Kevin Owens. I'm going to say he defeats Kevin Owens if Kevin Owens is even on the tour. To get him, Joe, get him more familiar with the WWE fans, and then maybe you could introduce. Maybe if there's some excitement, you can put a little video package together, and then maybe you could debut Kiyomiya in the WWE, and maybe you could get some fanfare there. But yeah, I don't know if there's going to be just out of the blue Keno running to the ring and going after Sami Zayn or Randy Orton. I don't think there'd be much excitement at all. I don't think people would be like, "Who's this guy?" Like that's. I know who they are. I know Keno is great. I know Keito Kiyomiya is amazing. Two of my favorite wrestlers in the world. Just the fans of the WWE who just watch the WWE aren't going to know who they are. So I don't think there's going to be a full-fledged working relationship. Noah needs WWE a lot more than WWE needs Noah. So we will leave it at that. So let's move on. We have Pro Wrestling Noah had Sunny Voyage 2024. Let's get to the results on that. That happened yesterday. That was video on demand. Will eventually be on Wrestle Universe. Let's get to the results here. I know Yoshi had his first match back from Excursion. He was an Excursion, formerly known as Yoshiki Inamura, now known as Yoshi. He was an Excursion in the UK, and my God, he looks dynamite. I didn't see the show because it's on video on demand, but I saw clips. He looks fantastic. He really reinvented himself, and he looks like an absolute monster. He looks like someone that's going to be the GHC heavyweight champion very, very soon. It's not going to be Keito Kiyomiya at Destination 2024, but I could see him having that. I could see him as a future GHC heavyweight champion. He just looks absolutely fantastic. Definitely just watching him, just his new look made me a fan immediately. So we had Sunny Voyage June 22nd at the Osaka Ideon Arena. 461 fans. Getting the results here from Purolove.com. If you want results, go to Purolove.com. It's Purolove.com. Great site for results. Giving them a plug there because I use it often. Great site. But the main event was Yoshi, Roihei Oiwa, Shuji Kondo, and Eita taking on Keito Kiyomiya, Kano, Alejandro, and Cristobal, Mr. Flappy. Let's just call him Flappy going forward. They're going Flappy. Yeah, so we had a 8-man tag team match. All Rebellion teaming together, and All Rebellion lost. Yoshi pinned Cristobal, as it should have went down, right? Yoshi getting the win over there over Cristobal. He wasn't going to get the win over Kiyomiya. He wasn't going to get the win over Keno. He probably could have gotten the win over Alejandro, but Yoshi had to get the pinfall victory in this match. Not that he needs to look. He already looks. His look is legit, but I guess he needs to look legit in the ring. And he hit a Revolution style power slam on Cristobal. I saw a clip of it. Looked really, really devastating. But Yoshi pins Cristobal to get the win for his team. Go Shiozaki and Atsushi Kotage defeated Takashi Segura and Juta Miyawaki. Shiozaki hits a strong arm lariat on Miyawaki to get the win there. Naomichi Marufuji, Hayata, and Amaska defeated Jake Lee, Yohei, and Tadasuke. Daga and Yoshinari Ogawa defeated Anthony Green and LJ Cleary. Masakita Miya and Dake Inaba defeated Oka Sasaki and Shuhei Taniguchi. Masakita Miya should get a singles push. Masa Kitamiya deserves a singles push. His matches with Tomohiro Ishii have been absolute classics. And I think it's time. Let me keep my finger up here because it keeps going down there because I'm pointing. I think it's time, Masakita Miya. I know they brought in Yoshi um, to give him a big push. He's back from excursion, so they're making him look good. All right, let's put the finger down. There we go. So so he's back from excursion. But I think Masakita Miya should be the next one in line. I think, although, Oiwa is probably going to head back to New Japan Pro Wrestling soon. Uh, he's feuding with Kiyomiya, but it seems like they bypassed that feud. I thought that was going to be the next feud after Gabe Kidd, but it looks like they bypassed Oiwa for Yoshi, which is fine. I wouldn't be surprised. I think I'm pretty sure Kiyomiya is going to defeat Yoshi. I don't see Kiyomiya losing to Yoshi, but I think after that one, I think Oiwa will either attack Kaito Kiyomiya or he'll win the N1. I just don't see that though. I don't see Oiwa winning the N1. I just don't see Oiwa winning the N1. I'm sorry. Maybe Oiwa will attack Kaito Kiyomiya, and then we'll get the single showdown, and Kiyomiya will defeat Oiwa. Oiwa being the N1, and then when he's done there, he could go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling, or he can still go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling and then return for the N1. But right now, the feud is Kiyomiya and Yoshi, and that's the big match, Destination 2024, which I'm not going to be able to watch because I'm in Canada. It's unavailable for me. Then we have Hajime Ohara defeated High 69, and then Super Crazy defeated Yu Owada, which I find a little disappointing. Owada is the future. Super Crazy is basically the past. I was really hoping for an Owada win here. Would have been Crazy defeating Yu Owada. Just doesn't sit well with me. Owada needs to get a bit of a push. He's definitely the future of Pro Wrestling Noah. I would have liked to have seen Yu Owada get the win over Super Crazy in this one. So we got people watching. We got a number of people viewing. Thank you very much. Again, I'm solo today, running solo, doing the best I can to give it to you guys here on the Triple Crown Puroresu Podcast. All right, so New Japan Pro Wrestling, New Japan Soul. Let's get into that. Let me get to there we go, the right screen. So we had we had on June 22nd, June 23rd, we had G1 Climax 34 qualifying matches. There are two spots left one in the A block, one in the B block. So we're having an A block qualifiers, and we're having B block qualifiers. We have the first rounds. So in the first round, Callum Newman defeated Yujiro Takahashi, and Yoshihashi defeated Chase Owens to move on. So in the A block qualifier semifinal, it's going to be Kenta against Callum Newman and Tomohiro Ishii against Yoshihashi. And then in the B block qualifier, which happened this morning, which I watched, it was Toriano against Oleg Boltin, and I picked Boltin to get the last spot in the B block. And the match was okay. There was a number of times where I thought Yano was going to sneak out a victory, and I got a little nervous. But Bolton did win, so Bolton moves ahead to the semifinals. And TJP and Satoshi Kojima had one hell of a freaking great match. Wow, that was a fantastic match. TJP, a junior heavyweight, but TJP trying to compete now in the heavyweight tournament. TJP actually defeated Satoshi Kojima, so TJP moves ahead. So the B block qualifiers semifinals will be Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Oleg Boltin and Taichi against TJP. So here are my picks. Here are my picks for the qualifier semifinals. So I got Kenta over Callum Newman. I have Tomohiro Ishii over Yoshihashi. I'm picking Bolton over Tanahashi. I think Bolton's going to get the biggest win of his young career by defeating Tanahashi. And I think TJP is going to surprise everybody, and TJP is going to beat Taichi. those are my picks there. And to get the final spot, so in the A block, I'm gonna pick. That's a tough one. Kenta versus Ishii is going to be a great match. I'm going to go with Tomohiro Ishii to get the final A block spot, and I'm going to stick with Bolton Oleg. Oleg Bolton, I should say. I'm sticking with him to get the final B block spot in the G1 climax. So I'm going with Tomohiro Ishii and Oleg Bolton to move ahead and get the final spots in the G1 34, G1 climax 34 tournament. Very disappointed though. I've been using that word a lot today, but I'm disappointed that we're not seeing Josh Alexander in the G1 climax. But again, I think the TNA New Japan Pro Wrestling relationship has fizzled out. So I don't think we're going to see too many more TNA stars coming over to New Japan Pro Wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling guys going to TNA. I think it's all fizzled out. I don't think we're going to see any more of it. I could be wrong, but it appears it has fizzled out. And Tetsuya Naito. Let's talk about Tetsuya Naito. Tetsuya Naito has a huge match at Forbidden Door on June 30th. He's challenging IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley for the belt. Tetsuya Naito dropping the belt to Moxley. But now Naito trying to get his title back. And he's on a little bit of a win streak. He's won the last two New Japan, could have been before that, but the last two shows, New Japan Pro Wrestling, New Japan Soul 2024 on 6/22 and 6/23. And I'm sure Naito has wins before this weekend, but I'm focusing on the last two shows. Naito winning matches. He's been in triple threat matches, and he's winning the matches for his team. So he's getting a nice little push ahead of his title match with Jon Moxley. And yep. Okay. There we go. I lost the screen there for a second. So sorry. It's not the same without Ethan, where I could just talk for a bit and let him talk, but I got to do all the talking this time. Thanks a lot, Ethan. But yeah. So Tetsuya Naito going June 30th. Jon Moxley. Tetsuya Naito actually indicated that yeah, it's wrong that New Japan Pro Wrestling signed talent doesn't have the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, that he's not on these New Japan Soul shows, and Naito actually took the blame for that. I think Naito is going to win the belt back. I think Naito is going to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship back. I think he's going to defeat Moxley at Forbidden Door. I think the New Japan Pro Wrestling might have made a mistake. I think I don't know. Maybe they realized that they made a bit of a mistake putting the belt on Moxley, because Moxley wrestles for AEW, and fans that come out, and Naito is right. Fans coming out to New Japan Pro Wrestling shows in Japan want to see the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, whether it's in a singles match, a tag team, an 8-man tag team match. They want to see the champion, but they can't because it's Jon Moxley. And I think maybe they realized maybe it's a mistake. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but that's why I think that Tetsuya Naito is going to win the belt back from Jon Moxley, and going to bring it back to Japan. That's what I'm seeing. I honestly believe that Tetsuya Naito will defeat Jon Moxley, and the belt's coming back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because again, I'm like would Tony Khan put the AEW belt on I don't know, Hiroki Goto, and let Hiroki Goto defend the belt in New Japan Pro? He's not going to do that. Is he going to put on Yota Tsuji? He's not going to do that. I don't know why New Japan Pro Wrestling would have done that. I thought it was a bad decision from the start. Not taking anything away from Jon Moxley. I'm not the biggest Moxley fan, but he's got a lot of fans, and he is where he is today because he's great at what he does. But I think it was a mistake putting it on Moxley. And I voiced my opinion on that in the past, and I'm predicting Tetsuya Naito takes the belt back from Jon Moxley and brings it back to Japan. And I'm going to stick with that. That's my prediction. I'm sticking with it. And when it happens, you can say, you were right, Lewis. You were right. All right. We're at a half an hour here. I'm going to cut this one short today. I don't think I'm going to go on for much longer. Don't have much more to talk about. Not much really going on We have Marigold. Let's talk about Marigold for a second. Marigold has on July 13th. They have a pay per view coming up. It was big pay per view. They announced it. They were initially charging 400 yen, which is about I think 27 US and about 30 something Canadian. But I don't think sales on that pay per view were going very well because they've just reduced the price of the pay per view. It's now instead of 4,400 yen, it's now 3,200 yen, which is about $20 US, about 27 Canadian. So sales for the first pay, I don't, Marigold new promotion. I don't think they should have, jumped right into the pay per view game just yet. I know they have two huge matches signed for it. They have Sari against Julia, and they have Utami Ayashita against Ayo Sky. So I know they got the two big matches signed. They're crowning the new United National Champion as well. Let me get the results here. They're going to be crowning the new United National Champion as well. They're going to be crowning, I think, the Superfly Champion as well. So it is a big show, but I don't think enough people are familiar with Marigold. Again, it's a new promotion, so I don't think they should have jumped into the pay per view game yet. And I think that was apparent by them lowering the price of the pay per view. Just my thought. They lower the price. It's for Wrestle Universe, subscribers only. But I think you have to subscribe to Wrestle Universe to order the pay per view anyway. So, but they reduced it. They reduced the price. So I think sales of the pay per view aren't going as they had expected. Speaking of the United National Title Tournament, last week Mariah and Miku Ano met to determine who was going to face, who would have the unfortunately face Bozilla on July 13th to determine who the new United or the inaugural United National Champion would be. So they met last week in a 15-minute match, went to a time limit draw. They went into a 5-minute overtime. Losing my voice here, man. Went into a 5-minute overtime, and that ended in the draw. So they had a rematch today. And it was a 15-minute time limit, which didn't make much sense. It should have been no time limit, then one fall to a finish. But it was a 15-minute match, went to a draw. They did the 5-minute overtime, and that went to a draw. That went to a draw as well. So Bozilla doesn't have a challenger yet. She doesn't know who the challenger is going to be. I know this adds. They're trying to add excitement by saying Mariah and Miku Ano, they're evenly matched. They're trying to what's the word here? What are they trying to do? They're trying to they're evenly matched. The words escape me, but they're evenly matched. They're trying to showcase the feud between these two, and matches go to a draw. I mean, I think it was one of them was crying at the end. If you had the draw in the first match and you need a challenger, you need another entrant into the United National Title Tournament Finals against Bozilla. Yeah, maybe make the match a no time limit match. One fall to a finish. Are they gonna have another match leading up to this? Are they gonna go to another draw? It didn't make much sense for them to do that, in my opinion. But it adds some suspense, like who is going to be challenging Bozilla or who's going to be losing to Bozilla. Doesn't matter who wins this match here, who advances. They're going to lose to Bozilla anyway. Bozilla took on Zeta Steel, just absolutely destroyed her. Absolutely destroyed Zeta Steel. They have done a great job with Bozilla Marigold and making her into just this absolute monster. Her entrance music, her in-ring skills, everything about her is fantastic. Marigold has a bona fide superstar on their hands in Bozilla, and they're doing a great job in showcasing her. I mean, she just ran right over Zeta Steel, and Zeta Steel got confused. She bought her bananas, called Bozilla King Kong. Bozilla is not King Kong. Bozilla is Bozilla, Godzilla. So Bozilla didn't take two comments. That's it. Just wrecked Zeta Steel. Just ran right over. It was like 5-minute match. absolutely destroyed her. But yeah, I'm just curious what they're going to do here with Mariah and Miku Ano. I'm sure there's going to be another match. Hopefully, it's a no time limit match, so we know who's going to go on and meet Bozilla at the pay per view. I think it's called Summer Destiny. What else we got here? An ice ribbon. Actually, I got here the IWGP Women's Title match. Mayu Iwatani defended against Tsukasa Fujimoto. The referee had to stop the bout. Yuji Nagata was, by the way, was the referee. They had to stop the bout. Fujimoto apparently broke her elbow, so they stopped the match at the 16-minute mark. Mayu Iwatani retains. I think she's going to retain anyway. I couldn't see Iwatani losing to Fujimoto. But yeah, hope Fujimoto. I wish Fujimoto a absolute speedy recovery, as she suffered a broken elbow during that match. Stardom the Conversion took place on June 22nd. Big match, World of Stardom title. I didn't see the show; it was on pay-per-view. I didn't watch it, but Maika defending against Xena. A lot of animosity between the two. They're both in the same faction. A lot of animosity between them. This is a highly anticipated match. But Maika did defeat Cena with a modified Michinoku driver to successfully defend her title. But they shook hands and they hugged it out when the match was over. The World of Stardom title changed hands. Mika Iwata defeated Sayori Ano to become the new Wonder of Stardom champion. And that's all we're going to talk about was Stardom the Conversion. And that's all I got. That's all I got for today. Again, running solo. Been with you for about 40 minutes. Thank you for the comments. Jamie Hyde, thank you for the comments. I appreciate it. We'll be back. Probably won't be back next week. I'm going to try. I'm going to be in New York. Not sure if I'm going to be able to do the podcast, but we'll be back the following week. If I'm not back next week, I'll be back the following week, and hopefully Ethan will be back with me as well. If not, I'll just go solo again. But until then, again, thank you everybody that's been watching. And until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye. Bye.